Hello and welcome to QU All Access. I'm Courtney Gear.
And I'm Ryan Snyder, and this week's show will look into one student's positive experience at the new QU Stadium.
And how students receiving Illinois MAP grant funding may be in trouble. Topping our news this week, the Oregon campus shooting earlier this month devastated students at QU and around the nation. And while it will be a long road to overcome, it was a somber return to classes for students of Umpqua Community College earlier this week. Resumption of school came a week and a half after a gunman's deadly massacre on campus. CNN's Jamie Wilson leads our coverage of the tragedy.
Well, it was not easy for students and staff to head back into the classroom at UCC today, but with extra mental health resources here, the governor, and unwavering support from the community, they tell me they are able to take this difficult first step.
The whole community turned out to welcome everybody back, and it felt like coming home.
We first met Hannah Miles wrapped in a Red Cross blanket right after the shooting next door to her writing class. Now she's back on campus and back in class with the students she escaped with.
As soon as we walked in, it was kind of just like everybody was like giving hugs, and so thankful that we all made it out okay.
Driving through a gauntlet of American flags and homemade signs, students and staff return to a wave of support. Locals say this tragedy has shaken the entire community.
It's a way of showing love and giving them a hug and a wave and hoping that they have courage and strength to face the campus today.
Everybody knows someone that was impacted from this, and being that small of a community, but you really see how big the hearts are, when something like this happens.
Governor Kate Brown toured the campus, met with students, and gave out her fair share of hugs. Despite a huge law enforcement presence, the governor knows there's still a sense of fear here, but she doesn't think it will last long.
This is a very strong and resilient community, and they will provide the support that these students need to move forward. This is all about students today. Every time we see a student interacting with a teacher, both the teacher and the student gets stronger.
Hannah understands why some students cannot come back yet.
I still hear the pops and sounds. It kind of just takes me back.
But she says this is where she needs to be.
I know it'll never be normal again, but just to start the healing process, it was great.
Now, UCC President Cavan says they're in the process now of reviewing their security strategies and testing some new procedures, but nothing has officially changed yet. And they say they're also still trying to figure out what will eventually become of Snyder Hall. In Roseburg tonight, Jamie Wilson, Fox 12 Oregon.
For many campus communities, the frequency of these shootings prompts the question, when will it happen here? QU students and faculty express their reactions.
The first thing I felt was sad that another school shooting happened. And the second thing I felt was kind of helpless.
People who have no business having a gun because of mental illness and other sorts of things, having access to a gun, but that's really difficult to do. Mental illness is pervasive in society.
I mean, it's something we've seen more and more common in recent years. I mean, school shootings, movie theater shootings, mall shootings. So the shock factor is starting to become less.
It doesn't really shock me anymore, and I think that's really unfortunate that something like that isn't kind of a shock to people.
Well, I was very sad. I think first you think about the lives that are touched, both the students that have lost their lives and their families. You think about the students who witnessed the event or who felt threatened by the event. And then, of course, you feel bad for the offender and his family.
It is important for schools to take preliminary precaution in case of an emergency such as the Oregon and Arizona school shootings. Protecting the students is extremely important to QU, and they have set up specific tools for students to use when in potentially dangerous or uncomfortable situations. QU has set up emergency phones within the class buildings to make it easier and quicker to alert campus security. Also, fire alarms are around in every corner of QU buildings for fire hazards and emergencies, which requires students to evacuate the building. You can call campus security at 217-228 5600 and do not hesitate if you feel the need for their assistance. One of the biggest improvements to campus security was the addition of identification keycards. The keypad entry to building entrances and classrooms helps some students feel safer. The keypads allow access to registered students and staff simply by holding an ID card up to it. This school year marks the second year for the use of the keypad security entrance. Student Nathan Perez says he feels safer knowing that the keypad entry works effectively.
Classroom and in the buildings on campus, there are key codes, so you can't get into a classroom without a card, which means you're registered at the school, and you can't get into an office without a key, meaning you're a known entity walking around the campus. I see a pretty good security presence on campus, which I think is a little bit of a deterrent of crime.
Harry Carey, Joe Buck, Chris Berman, and Dick Vitale. Each person on this list is recognized as some of the best color commentators in their respective sports. However, all of them had to start somewhere before they became so well known. Quincy students are getting their start right here at home. Let's find out how.
The Quincy Athletic Department, along with the rest of the Great Lakes Valley Conference, has launched the GLVC Sports Network. The GLVC has partnered with Sidearm Sports to bring hundreds of games to fans everywhere and allows them to stay connected to all the Great Lakes Valley Conference schools. The GLVC Sports Network, presented by Quincy University, has provided a different spin to the network. The live stream, video, and audio broadcast is totally run by the students of Quincy University, ranging from live videos, statistical updates, and even live play-by-play. The students of Quincy are gaining valuable experience that not many other students around the country have the opportunity to. The Quincy broadcast currently covers women's volleyball, men's and women's soccer, football, and women's swimming. And when the rest of Hawk Athletics begin, the Quincy broadcast team will be there to cover those sporting events as well. Currently, the Quincy University broadcast is run by Ryan Snyder, David Jacob, and Shay Stein. And when the soccer season is over, Bailey Gruber will also join the broadcast. This opportunity provides a tremendous advantage for students looking to get into all aspects of broadcasting as well as communication. Participating in the broadcast can be given credit for classes if approved by the professors and has the possibility of becoming an internship in the future. This provides a great opportunity for all those looking to get into broadcasting, an opportunity to see if that is what lies in your future.
Certainly a unique opportunity. I mean, you know, if you go to a bigger SEC or Big 12 school, obviously the students aren't going to call the games. You know, ESPN's going to be on it, and so if you're really interested in that and putting your hands in and doing the work, then I mean, yeah, this is obviously a place where you get the opportunity to do that. So I think that's a pretty cool thing.
It's all in your hands. It's you get to decide what to do. You get to decide when to do it. You get to make the calls. You get to broadcast. You get to record. You get to do everything on your own and with the other students.
Music fraternity Kappa Kappa Psi is hosting a cookout at County Market to help raise funds for the music department this weekend. Kappa Kappa Psi consists of leaders within the university's band who work to raise funds for the department and promote events. This annual event will take place at County Market on 24th Street from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. this Sunday, October 18th. Hamburgers, ribeye sandwiches, and more will be available. For more information, please contact the Director of Bands, Bill Mockhold.
Kappa Kappa Psi isn't the only busy group this upcoming week. Students for Life involved in the pro-life organization on campus will be hosting events throughout next week. Each day has a specific topic, and the activities for that day will directly correlate. The group is also participating in the Pregnant on Campus initiative, which consists of various challenges to raise awareness and support the pro-life movement. For more information on any of these events, contact Catherine Rathgeber at the email address on your screen. Education students this semester have started working with a new program that assesses their student teaching on a more personal level. I sat down with the Dean of Education to discuss the impact of these changes. The State Board of Education in Illinois has changed the way professors assess their teacher candidates. In previous years, students took a test consisting of 120 multiple-choice questions, but the board felt this did not fully assess how a person teaches in a classroom setting. This led to a new assessment program called EdTPA, which stands for Education Teacher Performance Assessment. Students looking to earn their teaching certificate must complete a portfolio consisting of student work showing planning, implementation, and assessment of student learning in the classroom. Students will create lesson plans, have video evidence of themselves teaching in the classroom, and show student assessment to demonstrate that their teachings have had an impact on student learning. For one teacher, tracking her progress gives her a personal connection to her students.